Today I have just a simple story about some simple advice that Evelyn Rich gave me from the Intuitive Eating Certification Program. Now, Evelyn is one of the co-founders of Intuitive Eating, and I had this wonderful opportunity to be part of a group that talked with her personally, and the group shared their experiences with clients, with intuitive eating, with struggles with clients, with questions and their own struggles, and it was a great group phone call. And these were all participants in the final stages of their intuitive eating certifications. So, pretty excited to have that chance to sit down with Evelyn, because before this conversation with Evelyn, like, I was nervous. It's not every day that you get to have a one-on-one conversation. Well, you get to speak with someone one-on-one, and this person, you basically admire them, and they started a movement. Like, intuitive eating is a movement now, and it's real. And I got to talk to one of the founders. Like, I think that's really cool. And she gave me some great advice, and this advice came to me and it impacted me very powerfully because I was anxious beforehand. You know, when you're paying money, when you're in the final stages of your intuitive eating program, you're talking to the person who started it, or at least was one of the co-founders. You're nervous. There's a lot online. I'm thinking doomsday scenario. She just said, you know what, Jared, great to have you here. You didn't. I'm not satisfied with your answers. We're gonna have to just put things on hold. You're not gonna get certified. I didn't think that would happen, but I was like, maybe, because I wanted to share with her a story, a real story about a client that I'm struggling with, and this client is perplexing to me because usually in intuitive eating you make pretty rapid progress. That's been my experience with most people. By rapid, I mean you can get over binge eating in like 3 months. So that's like pretty quick. It's not overnight, but damn, it's pretty good. But this person, I couldn't. I love the person, but we just aren't making progress, and it's making me feel like a failure. And it's weird because this person is totally on board. They're totally excited. They're on board. This is something that I screened for in the beginning. Before I even start working with people, I got to make sure they know what they're getting into. Like, we're going to put away the scale. We're not going to weigh ourselves. I make sure they know what they're getting into. We're not going to diet. We're going to feel our emotions. We're going to go through some hard times together, but we're going to do it together. And this person has a lot of mindfulness training, so they're aware of this non-judgment thing. This idea of non-judgment is really the heart of intuitive eating, I believe. Body connection and non-judgment. The way I teach intuitive eating is through a hero's journey, where kind of the Darth Vader or the shadow or the bad guy, you might say, the antagonist, is judgment. So it's conditioned judgment, that we judge ourselves. That's the enemy. And so, anyways, this person has a lot of experience with non-judgment, and they're totally down for intuitive eating, but they're not making any progress, and it's driving me freaking nuts. So I'm starting to think, like, what am I doing wrong? This person can't really quite feel their hunger, and I know this happens. I've had experience helping people with this where they can't quite feel their hunger. And so we start off with like a little structured meal plan. It is very flexible, but it gives a person this regularity, kind of like a rhythm, where they can start to get a little bit more familiarity. So instead of going like 8 hours without eating and then binge eating, they're eating a little bit more regularly, and then with that regularity in place, they can begin to notice more subtle sensations of hunger, instead of just waiting for the crazy binge, ravenous, starving hunger. So they're able to do that, and I've had people be able to do this. It's following a very, very flexible, co-created meal plan. And I know the idea of a meal plan sounds maybe a little bit weird when you were talking about intuitive eating, but in one of the things that I learned in the training was that there are plenty of people out there who can't feel their hunger. And so what you do with these people is you kind of get them onto a rhythm, a schedule where they are eating regularly and they can start to feel better by eating more regularly. And then as they start to regulate, as you just eat more evenly throughout the day, your body system calms down. Instead of being in constant fight or flight, their body system calms down. They're able to listen to their body more and connect a little bit more. So I've helped people with that. But this person just had so much childhood trauma, just a crazy amount of childhood trauma. It's just tough. It is just tough. Habits are very tough to change. And so what'll happen is in 1 week, we'll go through an exercise and this person will be on board and be very excited about it. But then the next week comes and it's just, did you try it? Nah, I got sidetracked, or I tried it one day, but it didn't stick. Nothing is sticking. And so I brought this up with Evelyn, and she does a great job of sharing stories, personal stories, and asking questions. And this wisdom came out that was basically, sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it takes a while. If we're really working through some traumatic experiences around eating, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. And to celebrate the little small signs of growth. And the one thing I really took away was not bringing my own expectations to the table. Because the telltale sign of me feeling like a failure is a sign that I'm bringing attachment. I'm bringing expectations to the client relationship. And as a counselor, as a eating disorder coach and wellness coach or wellness counselor, I don't want to be pressuring someone to change quicker than they're ready to. So for me, this was refreshing. And how it all ended, our conversation was, I said, yeah, I really need to let go of expectations. And she said, you were the client. And I said, both of us. And I laughed. I was like, ha ha ha. And she's like, okay, good, you passed. So I really think she appreciated that I was owning that I needed to let go of my expectations, and the client might need to let go of their expectations too, and just actually be where we're at. So that's my little story about a little interaction I had with Evelyn, and how grateful I am to have had that little conversation, and just excited to be a part of the intuitive eating community. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, peace.